is that Tinubu has ordered the cut down in government expenses. A joke. They do know how to press the mumu buttons of some of these, Nigerians, especially the Ronukus. According to them, a man that has increased the number of his ministers from 48 to 50, even though he sacked 5, he appointed 7, making the entire ministerial positions appointed by Tinubu to be 50. He just told them now that, you know what, we are going to cut down the number of convoy of ministers. I am going to look out for that of Wike. Wike himself is driving the convoy of, you know that Wike's convoy is over 2 billion naira. He himself is driving he's driving a Lexus of 750 million naira. And he has 3 of them. Do the math. Thank you. Today. So thanks so much for joining me again. We are going to take this one after the other. This afternoon, they released a statement, right, that Tinubu will be in Sokoto tomorrow, and it will be there to commission. So I don't know if the commission is the right word though, right? But that's how they put it out. It is to inaugurate a new road project like that of the coastal road, 700-kilometer coastal road from Lagos to Calabar, which they have kept the detail of that contract secret. And currently, they are in court. Umahi is in court in trying to stop a lawyer asking through the Freedom of Information Act, requesting for the details of that contract. Can we see what's in it if the public is paying for it? Initially, right, they said that the idea of building a coastal highway from Lagos to Calabar was the idea that has been there for about 40 years. I don't know how true that is though, right? But they said it's because they did not have any investor to put down their own money to build the road, because the idea behind it was that it was going to be a PPP project, that is a public-private partnership project, PPPP. But Tinubu changed that. Meanwhile, what is PPPP? It simply means government and private sectors, right? They're going to pull resources from everywhere and they're going to build the road. But they've not been able to find any until Tinubu came and decided to just award the contract to his own friend, confidant, called Gilbert Shaguri of the Shaguri. Now, there was no bidding. There was no, public sort of announcement for people to come and bid. So his pal just got it. A $12 billion project. It was, right? And then it's been over 7 months or thereabouts now, or like over 10 months now, though, since they have announced the project itself. And for that 10 months, it's almost like nothing is going on. But those who have seen them clearing the path in Lagos, part of the project, said, oh, a lot is going on in Lagos. After that, this is a road project that is expected to have at least 18 bridges. Have you been to Lagos? Yeah, you. Right. If you have been to Lagos, okay, there is a bridge built by Babangida in the late 80s and early 90s, okay? And it's called the Third Mainland Bridge. You see this Third Mainland Bridge? If you have seen it, right, they will need to build 18 of that, because there are over 30 islands that the road is expected to pass through, okay? And it's expected to also pass through about 7 or 8 states. So you saw this reefs, all this island and all that inside the river, inside some places like almost ocean, okay? So they will need to build the likes of a Third Mainland Bridge, like 18 of them, okay? And they are going to also like build adjoining roads and bridges again. This time around, it's not like Third Mainland Bridge. When I say Third Mainland, I'm talking about bridges over water. And others that they will have to build bridges over short land as well, okay, in the path. But they do not really have any plan of building any coastal road, Bagbe, okay? So the plan is to help clear the path in Lagos that is going to give them something that will look like a super highway into the Lagos Atlantic City. Is that what it's called? Eco Atlantic. Okay, Eco Atlantic. So then after that, all of now could be on your own. So then they will mount. They are using Nigeria money to build it now. It wasn't meant to be. It was supposed to be built by a private partnership. Then they will build toll gates where everyone that drives. So you can drive from Warri to Lagos, for example, from Delta State to Lagos in just about 2 hours. It would have been one of the wonderful stuff, right? If these guys follow the due process, but they're not. So there was no budget provision for this road. But Kolu, right, pulled 1.1 trillion naira from the Nigerian treasury and gave it to his pal to begin the project. So if they manage to build, out of the 700, if they manage to build 100 kilometers of it, they will toll it. Just like when you have the Lekki toll gates, right? The road is uncompleted till today. But you know that they have been tolling and the people have been paying tolls to that Lekki toll gate, even though it was built with borrowed money, Lagos money. Okay. However, the concessionaire, or what do you call them? The concessionaire, the people that Tinubu gave the concession to be collecting toll gates there, is a company that is linked to him. So that's normal to him. Okay. So it is now being reciprocated at the national level. They will use Nigeria money to build maybe 100 or 200 kilometers of the road up to the Ondo border, and then they will toll it and you start paying. So all of you that will drive through the road, you end up having to find your way inside the Ondo or and all that, and you continue your journey on Shagamu or expressway. Last, all right. But since the project has been awarded to Shaguri, Tinubu and Umahi also said they are going to build another one, Sokoto to Badagry, 1,000 kilometers. That's longer than Lagos to Calabar. But you see, all these things could have been so great if they are really done in the interest of the people per se. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So Kolu is expected in Sokoto tomorrow. And then he will go there and inaugurate a 1,000 kilometer highway from Sokoto to Badagry. I know some of you have your own reservation about that as well. Somewhere like, it's easier now. Maybe the Uthman Danfodio descendants that said they wanted to go and dip their Quran, I've been at their sword in the Atlantic Ocean. They don't even have to worry anymore. They can just use the superhighway. It's not building any superhighway. Take that from me. But if you don't agree, that's fine. It is also your prerogative not to agree, okay? So the roads inside Nigeria, especially the federal roads in Nigeria, they are the worst dilapidated states, okay? I'm talking about the roads that are like commercially viable, that could have improved the the economy of Nigeria. That if they have this money, okay, they could have used them to at least revive some of them, make them motorable. But no, is looking for a legacy project, but there is no legacy project. The plan is just the easiest way of looting money in Nigeria is to award road contracts, money laundering. That's the best way. See, putting money into the use where human capital development or something like that is invested in. No, that doesn't really give enough money. So the Sokoto to Badagry, which is Sokoto to Lagos or Badagry to Sokoto Highway, we do not have the detail of that contract as well. how much is it going to cost in the in this inflated hyperinflation Nigeria? So how much is it going to cost you? Where is that money going to come from? I bet they have already cooked the book right now on what to tell you. Hmm? So I saw Devil Umahi yesterday, where he was threatening Julius Baja on another road. I think it's a Kano Abuja highway or something like that. They give them 7 days. They said that road itself is about 760 billion naira. Now, this is what you have to say.
And on the Abuja Kano, which we inherited, Mr. President, indicated that he doesn't want tax credit. He's respecting the previous tax credit that we inherited from past administration, but we don't want to do tax credit again in his own administration. So the sections 1 and 3 that we earlier on earmarked for tax credit is now going to be procured. But FEC had earlier on approved the Beja section, which is 162 kilometers for 740 billion. Now we have not had it so good with Beja because we've been negotiating with them since September 2023. But yesterday we said this negotiation must come to a stop, and so we're giving them 7 days. If after 7 days they don't accept, our offer, which is the highest so far in the country, then we have no any other option than to issue them 14 days termination notice in accordance with the contract laws. But let me announce that the president graciously approved that the entire stretch should be repaid, notwithstanding that we are going to do permanent construction. So within the next 2 weeks, you will be going through the entire road without any pothole. That is what we are. And on the Abuja.
So it's called Engineer Devil Umahi. It's a devil incarnate, by the way. Enough that, like Wike is like Wike, but sort of a bit of a different version of Wike. So to him, you don't question him. You see how he's talking that way, right? That's him. Whatever he says, do not question him. Because when you begin to question him, right, he's going to just, he's going to lose it. That's exactly what's going to happen. So Devil Umahi was asked to give details of the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project. You know what he did? He hired the 6 senior advocates of nuisance in Nigeria to stop anybody asking for, anyone asking questions, like stop them. For the sake of national security, they cannot tell you how much the road is going to cost per se. Interest, they announced it then, but it's okay. Can you give us the details of it? No, we can't give you. So similarly, when I saw Tinubu is going to commission, I was like, commission, I be flag up, I be, I mean, they use all this sort of, big words to get you more confused and with no chance of them actually answering anything, right? So tomorrow, we will be looking forward to what Kolu is going to do in Sokoto. How is either going to flag off, commission, or inaugurate. Don't worry yourself. That's how they put it out. Same thing today. This one is from Badru or Badaru or Dabaru or something. That is the Minister of Defense, the former Jigawa governor. Another thief that after serving 8 years in Jigawa ended up in the Pablo's cabinet as defense minister. They've had a few of medal to their feathers to their cap in the last few months, by the way. And what was that? They have managed to some extent, right, to neutralize, they call it, to kill about 6 TikTok Fulani terrorists. Okay, those ones that will collect ransom and they will display it on TikTok and dare Nigeria to do their worst, except one. And that one is Bello Turuji, the one everyone believes was made by Matawale, the supposed junior or assistant minister of state for security, Bello Matawale. So we saw Badru talking to the supposed Nigerian soldiers, where he told them that I need Turuji, give me Turuji, dead or alive. I mean, I hope you get to hear this well enough. Here, listen.
Morning, sir. Combined team of the dominating the highway, ready for your address. May I have your permission to send them a tea, sir?
Thank you. The president asked me to come and thank you for the effort you are putting here. And we learned we have been getting some successes, but the result has been very notorious. So we urge you to work harder so that we completely make the road free. I learned in the last 48 hours there is no attack on this road. We want you to maintain that, please. It's a very central road, and it's really very, very necessary to have it free for motorists. Thank you very much for what you have been doing. We appreciate the effort, and the president will continue to look after your welfare and equipment. Thank you.
Right, return! Sir, at the end of your address, may I have your permission to carry on with the troops, sir? Morning, sir. Combined.
Yeah, these are the soldiers. You know, Nigeria, when APC, Ebeke came to power, they turned the Nigerian army into a defensive unit or so. So let me explain that. There's this ragtag terrorist called the Boko Haram terrorist. So when things got so hot, good luck Ekpere Jolantan hired mercenaries who were like South Africans and some other African mercenaries to assist the Nigerian army in combating the Boko Haram terrorists. Suddenly, they were having their upper hand. They were killing them a lot. And back then, the APC, Ebekebe, they were in the opposition. So it became something that they even made a famous statement. That was Layamo, who happened to be the PRO for APC at the time. They said that the Nigerian army were killing the North. And also, you know, like the killing of Boko Haram, or no, sorry, the fight against Boko Haram is a fight against Northern Nigeria. Because these were just some misguided youth. But Jonathan was so weak enough that their propaganda could really, or should I say, their propaganda did so much number on him, a very huge one, that when they finally kicked him out, Nigerian army became a defensive one. They just have to sit duck. Sometimes when they fight back to push back, and they get to a stage of somehow like neutralizing these guys, order from above in the Boko Haram's government will stop them many times. And under the same APC, Ebekebe, Nigeria recorded the highest number of deaths of Nigerian soldiers. There are people that there are soldiers that have been killed for like a year, 2 years, and their family members are never notified. Say, your man don't die. They are still thinking they are at the war front fighting. It was so bad that way that the Boko Haram, including Fulani terrorists, they had the audacity to invade Nigerian barracks and all that. So, in the space of 8 years, Nigeria, the dreaded, famous Nigerian army, became a paper tiger that could only bark but couldn't bite. There is someone who kind of gave us, you remember this video? There's a man who gave us the background, and it was actually a confession from the APC, Egbekegbe themselves. A quick flashback.
And he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. He has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onovo. I said it. APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence.
What are the facts?
Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state. Public statement. Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party. We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion. I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain. We had an official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station in collaboration with Miyetti Allah, where Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication. Now, interestingly, you asked me for facts. We have it on the authority of the Ondo State government that the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State led the criminal suspect gang that killed Pafa Sharanti's daughter. That is on the authority of the Ondo State government. And they have been arrested. And the leader of the gang is the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State. We have it on the authority of the Nigerian police that a headsman was arrested with a military rifle in Plateau State. I have the number of the rifle. I can send it to you by SMS. I just need to check my records. I have the rifle number. We have it on the authority of retired Colonel Nyam that the Fulani headsmen repelled in Ogoja were using Nigerian army rifles from the barracks in that vicinity, and that the soldiers came to collect the rifles back. Now, who is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces? Who should be responsible for the activities of these armed forces? We have it on the authority of General Danjuma. Danjuma has commanded these forces. We have it on the authority of General Danjuma that the armed forces are conniving with the bandits that are killing citizens. How much more evidence do you want? How much more evidence? We have hard physical evidence. We have testimonies from relevant authorities. How much more evidence do you want to know that the ruling party in Nigeria, the APC, is the sponsor of insecurity and terrorism? How much more evidence? I don't need any more evidence. I am 1000% convinced, and nobody has contrary evidence.
The APC, the ruling party in Nigeria, is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
That is damning. For the fact that the Nigerian government sponsored terrorism has finally been institutionalized under this Buhari's regime.
I forgot one point. The trial in Dubai. The trial in Dubai, where some Nigerians were convicted for terrorism financing in Nigeria. The published report said that they were traced to people high up in government. So how much more evidence do we need? All the evidence is out there.
How much more do you need? That's not a recent video, by the way. I just thought I should bring it back again. So today, it is reported that